Before we look at Notre Dame Pittsburgh, we must look at Notre Dame UConn because it is very telling. Hello to all of you. I'm Lauren Shehadi here for CBSSports.com. On the other line, our college basketball columnist, Gary Parrish. Gary, let's touch on Notre Dame's ineptitude to get to the free throw line. I thought it was just amazing. Is it a lack of aggression in your eyes?
Yeah, I mean, they pride themselves on being a good shooting team. The problem is at some point you've got to either attack the rim to get fouled or throw it into your Hoss and let him get fouled. The idea that Luke Herringody could take 23 field goal attempts and not, and as a team, Notre Dame only shoot 4 free throws, that's a statistical anomaly. I don't know that it'll happen again this year. I don't know that it'll happen again ever, and it better not happen again ever because that's how you lose basketball games.
Well, there's still time to make the necessary adjustments. After all, they did stop a 5-game losing streak against the Panthers last season. What do they need to do to get there this time around?
Well, the problem for them now is that they could go to Pittsburgh and play well and still lose because Pittsburgh's a team that shouldn't be losing any home games. I mean, it's a legitimate top 5 team in the country. Notre Dame has set this up where they're in trouble. I mean, they've already got 7 losses. You got games at Pitt, and then they've got a non-league game that they scheduled at UCLA. That's probably, even if you play well, 9 losses. Home game against Louisville, what the hell? Let's just give that to them. But then road games at West Virginia, at Providence. Let's lose one of them, so now we're at 10 losses. At Connecticut a little later on, that's 11 losses. Don't win the Big East tournament in New York. That's 12 losses on Selection Sunday, and that's me being optimistic and giving them every game they should win. I mean, the problem becomes that this schedule and the idea that they haven't knocked off any of these top teams has really put them in a tough spot. It's crazy to think about, but Luke Herringody and Cal Monkalani might be headed towards the NIT.
Let's talk about the 1-2 punch of Young and Blair. They usually got it covered, but Young's had some shooting trouble. Blair's been in some foul trouble. How important is a plan C? And by plan C, I mean 3, 4, 5 down the bench.
That's been the question with Pitt all year long. Do they have another guy? Fields is solid. He's better than solid. He's really good. But Jermaine Dixon, Tyrell Biggs, do they have another guy, or is it just a 3-man team? It's hard to go win national titles with just 3 players. That's not the way Kansas won it last year. It's not the way Memphis got to the title game last year. It's not the way those Florida teams won it before that. They had 5 players in double digits. So that's always been the question for Pittsburgh. They're very good no matter what. When they can get help from places they don't usually get help from, that's when they go out and dominate people.
Quality minutes off the bench, that is the key to any good team. Gary Parrish, thank you for your time.
Anytime, Lauren.
And thank you for your time. Keep it locked right here, CBSSports.com. I'm Lauren Shehadi. Until next time.